5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're live with Neve.
Aha! Yes, indeed. Where are we? And there I am, ready for action on another beautiful day here in the New Jersey, New York metro area. It's a peachy day. So, it's Super Bowl weekend. As you know, I usually start the show with a little bit of good news, hopefully. And if there's no good news, well, we can poke fun at the bad news, and that's always fun. Hello, Mary. Hello, Bill. How are you guys doing? Glad you're here with us. Let's see today. Let's just get right into the meat of the problem here. Okay, so today, let's see if there's any good news. Let's see. Special counsel warns significant and immediate threat to Mar-a-Lago witnesses. Okay. As her husband faces tumult, Jill is the protective force. Oh, isn't that special? I just love that. And we have, I do try to go for good news. So Kanye West listening to Party from Hell. That sounds really weird and difficult. I see, hey, Mandy's in the house with us. She is sweating over a hot laptop. And let's see, we have, try to go with the good news first. Of course, this weekend is the Super Bowl, and that's cool. Normally, in years past, I've had an NFL pro or somebody who knows football, have them come on. Are we supposed to be live from Facebook? Yes. I'm on.
I'm on my. I'm on Facebook on my phone right now.
Oh, wait, we're on YouTube. Hold on.
Okay.
Unfortunately, for
That's what I was asking you.
No, it's actually perfect for us to take this moment, everybody. As some of you have watched the show know already, I've had my issues over the years with Facebook, and it's not because I don't like the platform or anything, although I can find all kinds of things to crab about. But in general, let's see. I'm taking a look here. Hello, hello.
Yes. What happened?
Oh, hey Annie. I'm sorry. I'm on the show. What can I do for you? What? What, honey? Okay, bye. Yeah, so here I am randomly dialing strange people, friends of mine. I mean, she does stay with me, so she must be strange in some way. And
That's
here,
true.
yeah, I mean, I see people are logging in, which is cool. For those of you who've been wondering, you can't really see me if you haven't figured it out yet, but you have figured it out because I see you lining up here, and I see Bill, and there he goes.
Hey, Bill. What's going on?
Yeah, man, I love that guy. He's great. So, Bill, we're glad to see that you're feeling a little better. And
Yep.
now I'm going to continue. I'm just going to I'll try and get through some what is today's good news? If we can't find any good news, we'll go for some bad news. I don't care.
Well, listen, good news is where you make it. I'll tell you what my good news is today.
Tell us.
All right. I woke up. And that's really the trick to it, people. That's the trick to the good news right there.
It really is. There's
But
no doubt. Getting up.
all right, enough.
Thing.
Yeah, enough of that though. It is Friday. We're gonna have a good weekend. There's some sort of a bowling I hear about. Some sort of bowling tournament this weekend. So there's that shit. Yep.
And if you're a fan of Taylor Swift, I know how much your band loves all of her tunes and play them every night.
Well, it's funny that you mention this because, although my band, which we are playing tomorrow at Rocky's, Twisted Ginger in the house. We don't play any Taylor Swift tunes, but today in lunch, while I was at work, for people who don't know, I work at a special needs school. So, there's a lot of other aides and teachers. So we're sitting there and we were talking about Taylor Swift and, something that as people need to just get out of her business. I mean, she's
I agree.
It's just that, that poor lady, and she writes her own shit. She was a kid playing. You know what? She put in her time. You can't. Hey, Rocky's in Rahway. That's right. That's right. Bill's been there. That's right. Rocky's in Rahway. You got that right, Bill. It's going to be a rock and roll throwdown. Yep.
I love it. You people need to go out and check out Twisted Ginger because here she is. Look at this. I mean, here she is, and we can spend the whole. We might even interview her and just take her.
You should. I have a lot to talk about lately.
Gingerland, yeah.
Take you on a trip to Gingerland.
Absolutely, and that's a good thing. For those of you who don't know, Mandy's band is a great hard rock and roll band. The videos are out there. There's tons of them, so go check it out. Yeah,
and we have some new tunes. Oh, I can't believe that. Now, there are two things that people wanted. There's more dance tunes, like really shake your ass boogie tunes, and country. So we did, yep, exactly. So we're breaking out two new ones. And it's just really great, getting the tunes together. Rehearsals run great, seriously, you know what rehearsal is like? It's such a beautiful thing, right? We go, let's work on these couple songs. Mm-hmm. We go in, right? If there's any problems, we just fix our parts, right? And then we go, okay, see you next time. And then by next time, it's just bam. It's easy peasy. It's really just great. It's great to have good people to work with, It
really is. That's the whole key thing with any band or any. It doesn't matter what kind of group you get together to do something together where people are, having to practice and they're not getting paid an exceptional amount. It's not like working for the Stones where
they're
going to
exactly.
go for practice and we're going to pay everybody, $5,000 a day. I know you're not doing great, but if you don't do it, it just doesn't. It's not happening. And,
if you're not putting in the time, you're fooling yourself.
That's just dialing it in, and you're not really learning intensely. And,
and I mean, and really for me, when I go into a rehearsal, I'm not there to criticize my fellow bandmates, and that's absolutely. And it's funny because there's a lot of toxic behavior amongst the ranks that I've been through these last couple years, and I'm sure this resonates with plenty of other people, but bless you. It's respect. You're probably not gonna tell someone next to you something they don't already know. And if that's the case, you're in the wrong room. Get out.
And you're that kind of person who can't tell that somebody's working their ass off and they're trying. And everybody's got a different level of
that's right.
Of
right.
Being able to absorb things sometimes. Absorb them visually or audibly.
That's right.
And
that's right.
It can be
That's
people don't
right.
realize how much of the most important thing is the mental spot you're in when you're at practice. And if you have
Absolutely.
everybody who's not like ragging on you because you made a mistake,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
somebody will just cop a dude because, and I get it. You know what? Sometimes it happens, and sometimes it's justified, but not typically. If you have a band of like-minded people,
Yeah. Yeah.
like you're not going to go to practice and be pissed off and annoyed. And if you are, it's time for a pep talk. Maybe they have to come see
Yeah.
the music doctor Van Erdy, and I'll put on my
Yeah.
Banks and Right. Are you
Dr. Good
menstruating?
Vibes.
When is the last time you had sexual intercourse? Okay, now I think
You
the
always go
problem
straight for the crotchal region.
it's yeah, or the what do we got? We got the league. Look at these guys. It's the Legion of Prague. I love
Yeah,
these
foot
cats.
stomping country. We're
That's
bringing
it.
it out tomorrow night,
Tomorrow
Bill.
night,
Foot
man.
stomping country.
I'm gonna have
Oh
to come
yeah.
out, do the line dance with everybody. That's the only kind of dance I can do because I can look at the chick next to me and go, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like whatever they're doing. Yeah.
Right, they
Yeah.
march. I can kind of do that, and it's like the only kind of dancing where I don't feel like a complete boob because I can actually follow somebody. Whereas if
Right. It's
I
structured.
had, there's a
Yeah.
multitude of family.
Uh.
Is crotchal a word?
Oh, it is.
I think
Yeah.
crotchal
Yeah.
is. Remember,
In the crotchal region. Well, it is now, Bill. I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know if you'll
I'm
find
not
it in
sure,
Webster's, but
that's okay because we'll get it there. We're taking it
yeah,
back,
exactly.
man. I think it's sort of like catch-all, crotchal.
The
That could be a euphemism for calling somebody a wicked slut or a whore master.
Oh my
A
god.
man whore.
A
If you're
synonym
a
for the
man whore,
prison
you're
pocket.
crotchal. That could become a. I'd love to get shirts made that say crotchal. Don't look at my crotchal area. I've had ideas for others. My friend JR who passed away and I were going to make these shirts that had 3 bullet holes in it. And it said, don't make me get all Phil Spector on your ass. And I figured that would have been like really horribly and out of taste, but who cares? Look at Howard Stern, man. You should
You're
see
like,
what
who
he
cares?
what he looked like 40 years ago when he first got into radio. It was unbelievable. He had a little afro.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
It was like really bad, and he looked like a total dweeb. And then you look at him now, or you look at him, about
And
10
he still
years
looks like a
later.
total dweeb. I
Well,
mean,
yeah, does he? I guess he does, but
yeah.
Howard's cool.
Listen, and I'm saying this as an other total dweeb. Okay,
Right,
you don't just
right.
lose that. You don't lose that shit. It's like
That's true.
there's still like always gonna be that like
Well, it's like being
kind
any
of
kind
like
of a nerd. Today, this morning, our guest this morning was. We just ended up talking about some pretty weird and esoteric things, and I
yeah,
kind of thought at one point, I was like, well, this sure took a turn.
yeah.
But it was really, it was a good show. So are you a Super Bowl based life form? I mean, on Sunday, are you going to be
No,
recovering?
no, I don't even know who's in the Super Bowl. I mean, I
Okay.
found out from my son. He
Oh,
told
okay.
me,
He knew.
but
Okay.
like I was like, no, I don't even know. It's just not anything I've ever been into, I guess.
I know, and I'm going to a party, and I will
Mm-hmm.
have a great time with all my friends. I get to watch them get all liquored up. I'm going to get
Yeah.
probably well baked on whatever products. I
Yeah,
can
that's
come
the
up
only thing I know of the Super Bowls are like I used to go to Super Bowl parties. That's it, Every
great
now and then
getting-
it's like, yeah, there's always like really good food there and like, beer and fun times,
Right, and I have like my little posse of friends down here. They're all
Mm-hmm.
former bandmates or they're music-based life forms that I've acquired
Mm-hmm.
since I moved here, and we're gonna get together and then going to see Stevie Nicks Sunday night.
Nice.
My friend Rick Davis and I are headed
Mm-hmm.
down to the Hard Rock, and
Oh, that's
I'm
good.
hoping to get a little quick chat with Waddy Wachtel, her musical director and member of the immediate family.
Nice.
And that should be pretty cool, I see we have some
Yeah.
new comments to once a dweeb. It's the word crotchal with a downward arrow. Where did we
Oh,
find
like
that?
like with the arrow pointing on the T-shirt. It's a genius T-shirt idea. It's crotchal, just crotchal. Just like
Is that like a fractal? Like fractal geometry?
the crotchal region.
I guess-
It's directions to the crotchal region.
I think,
I mean, what else would it be?
from what they tell me, I don't know. Some women have said they have a bunch of us guys have a bad vision problem. I don't know. Um, can't find the just can't find the little man in the boat. Did I just say that on live radio? I did.
Yeah, I don't even know what that means.
Obviously, somebody hasn't found it in a while. I don't know. Sorry, people. It's going into the gutter because why not? You know,
Because he's the king of the crotchal region.
'cause
That's
I'm the king of the
that's what it is. See,
I wonder
I'm
if I
not
can get a
wrong.
shirt- I wonder if I can get
I'm
a
not
shirt
wrong.
made that says "Don't look at my crotchal region."
Yeah, exactly.
Region. That would be pretty funny. I could be
Yeah.
entertaining. So, do you know we have had a Hawaii and we had a 5.7 earthquake. So for all of our friends and peeps out in Hawaii, man, I hope you're doing all right.
Yeah.
For our LA friends, God, man, I'm so sorry you people are going through it. The mudslides, they got like Mulholland Drive sweeped out and very long road, you know, that
Hmm.
of many movies fame, and it's windy and it's a pain in the ass and it's up in the mountains, so it's just like, and that sucks. I have
Yeah.
to say,
Natural disasters. They're just, well, they're disasters,
yeah,
Seriously.
it's not a good, and I love it up
No.
there. That part of LA, hopefully when I can get the show up there, we'll all be living in Mulholland Canyon somewhere. However, the cool thing is if we did live up there and we didn't get washed down the hill, we will make
Uh,
sure that the studio has enough electricity. We'll have a whole bunker thing going on. It'll be like great. It'll look like Howard Stern's studio inside, but outside it'll just look like some, rambling house up in the hills, hopefully. I could get used to that. So let's see. Did you happen to see President Biden responding to those who got upset about his mental acuity?
no, I didn't. I
Jeez.
didn't.
I don't know. I know those people out there are going to get upset, but this is the anger of an Alzheimer's patient if I've ever seen it. And
Uh, but what was it? You can't
oh,
like bring that up and then not tell me about it.
well, he kind of went postal and like was screaming, "There's nothing wrong with my memory," bro. He was really pissed.
Oh,
Man,
he
somebody
was
asked
losing
him
his
the
shit.
question. He was
Yeah,
losing
he's
it.
losing his
And
shit.
it's
Yeah.
sadly, it's the kind of thing you see, like
Oh my
you've got a family
goodness.
member has like
Yeah, yeah,
Alzheimer's
yeah,
or
yeah,
dementia when they
yeah.
get angry because they don't fully understand all the time the circumstances. And he really went postal. Oh, here's some good news. I know this is gonna, you people out there who are a fan of O.J. Simpson will probably get upset and call us and complain. But oh, they're gonna rock my video. I love this guy. So I have a mixed feeling about saying that. Truly, I don't really want OJ or anybody, even though OJ is a completely heinous human. All I'm gonna say is God's got a sense of humor, people, because if you pull shit like he got away with, in my opinion, allegedly, don't get any. I don't want OJ coming up here and lurking around my front door when I go out tomorrow night, but. I don't know. You decide. He has cancer and he's going to hospice. So all I can say is, man, sometimes karma does come back and kick your ass. I'll give him credit for he did go and do his time for what he got caught doing, which was like the dumbest thing. Here's a pro tip for everybody out there, and if you've never been to Las Vegas, let me just explain something to you. Whether it's Sin
I
City
think
and
I
it's
know where you're going with this.
completely maniacal, the place is eat up with Mormons, okay? So when they arrest you for anything that you could possibly be arrested, if you're an idiot and you act stupid, they're going to kick your ass. They're going to throw you in this god-awful place down out by the airport somewhere, some horrendous. I can't even imagine being in jail, but being in jail with OJ, now imagine that. Hi, I'm the Juice. I hear you were playing a band, you a drummer. Oh,
You
you're my
think
new
that's how it
roommate.
would go?
Oh, I don't know. It might go with me having a snap kick him right in the throat, I don't know. OJ's a big guy, man. I ain't waiting for him to get all stabby on me. So
Yep.
yeah, I love Bill. Yep, I said something that could possibly interrupt their terms of service. Now, wouldn't that just suck, people? What I'm going to tell you, folks, is we blew through, and it's okay because I have some commercials that we have to play. So our next break, which will be in about, I don't know, 6 minutes or something, um, you're just going to have to deal, man. You know, we're going to play some commercials. And I'm going to say this while we're here for all of the thousands of viewers. We have the cheapest advertising in the world. So please call us up, sign up for some ads, because Mandy and I are going to have to sell children into servitude, people. And we can't have that. It's just not, it's not the American way. And we don't want to sell them into some god-awful country, but if we have to, we will.
I'm not selling shit.
You're going to have that shit on your
selling
heart
shit.
forever. Any rate, peeps, listen, if you're in a band and you've got year-round bookings, make a deal with us for a year. I will make you the best deal you'll ever find. And I have dozens of referrals I can give you. And look, we don't sit here and bellyache for donations anymore, even though it is not to be confused with National Public Radio. This is Neve Public Radio. So, folks, spend your money here. Know that you can call us after hours. Call me anyway.
Yeah, you're not calling me.
She's going to go, call me. I
Hell
don't know
no.
what the hell he was yabbering about. I don't have any idea. We shouldn't joke about child slavery on YouTube. Warning number 2.
I'm with you, Bill. He's killing me. Bill, he's killing me here. He's killing me. He's killing me, Bill.
Oh my God. Let's see if we can find any interesting news that I can get a woman's point of view on. We'll try a new segment here as I look for, because as I start looking for good news, the best thing I come up with is OJ's got cancer. Oh wow. Howard Stern got harassed for a lot milder shit than that, so, or a lot more intense stuff than that. So I'm not worried about it, you know. In today's world, people, if you can't take an hour of the Live with Neve show with a few jokes and basically laughing at anything possible, including things that you shouldn't laugh at, those are the things we should laugh at. There's so many sacred cows in life, and there's enough shit and weight pounding down on all of us just trying to get up in the morning, make it to work on time, get home, feed the kids, feed the dog, feed the cats, whatever it is you feed, or you feed yourself. It can be, if you're a single guy out there and you don't know how to cook worth a crap, well, you know, Kentucky Fried's your friend. When I used to go and buy like the whole bucket of chicken and then have it for 2 days.
Oh yeah. Then you have leftovers.
Absolutely. Okay, a famed climate scientist has won $1 million verdict against right-wing bloggers. Well, I say this to anybody, regardless of what side you're on, and from the guy who's just making jokes about selling children.
No, you were not making jokes, YouTube. He was not. No. We are not even talking about this anymore. Killing.
Well, yeah, we're definitely not. We for anybody who's worried that we might really be selling children, come on, you've never watched this show before. I could tell you,
Blazing Saddles.
I mean, literally, a flying saucer could have come down, given me the anal probe, and if I told the audience this, there'll be somebody out there who believes it. The next time we have a show, somebody will be on going, how was the anal probe after all?
That's right.
My question, though, is, you know, that's such a ubiquitous thing. I got a dusted and had an anal probe. This is just my question. You fly from fucking 400 light years away to Earth, and all you do when you pick people up, you'd think after all these anal probes, they'd kind of go, it's just shit, so there's nothing up there. There's no brain power. But no,
keep a record. They're like, no, we stuck shit up its ass already. There's nothing good there.
13,000 specimens.
There's nothing to see.
200 BC, you know. And they're probably at this point saying that the Neanderthals were actually brighter than we were, because look at those guys, you know, they weren't building nukes.
Yeah.
They were out chasing elephants and rhinos and dinos. I know there was no dinos, people, but indulge my willful suspension of disbelief. Suspension. We just have a couple of minutes, so I'm trying to. Now, here's an interesting thing. This is just under cool stories. There's a guy who's actually a shoe repair guy, a cobbler, and he posts meticulous shoe repair videos of how to like put a sole on or do all these things. And so many people have no idea how that's done that he's blown up on the internet. And I think that's kind of cool for him. You know, people will say, oh, that's not much of a career. But like any career you do, there's things, if you've never done it, you just don't know. And I think it's kind of cool that the guy is getting famous for it, especially with, the hard, some people are having really bad economic problems right now, just don't make enough money. And I think that's great. We also have, now this is funny to me because I have a rather jaundiced, people haven't figured out that yet, but no, the Argentines at odds. Argentina has recently elected, for those of you who live in a box somewhere, um, they have a new prime minister. And the prime minister is going to meet the Pope, who is a totally left-wing priest. And you got this guy who's like farther to right than Trump or Genghis Khan. And he's taken over because people are just so sick of all the graft and it's a South American country. And there's often a lot of it's just not a fully formed democracy with traditions that have always maintained to. They're making it up as they go. So we got this right-wing Argentine who's going to meet Pope Francis, who's like the total. If you could find a more lefty priest, I don't know. I'll get you a Gone Country hat, people. It just doesn't work. So that's funny to me, just from the politics make strange bedfellows. I mean, they are so flipped out down there about this right-wing extremist, and he's pretty wacky and out there, I've got to say, man. But he's a smart guy, and I'll say that just from watching with the captions and going, he's pretty funny. He's got a sense of humor, and he knows how to go after like the sacred cows pretty well. It's like any country. There's corruption in all countries, and people, if you don't believe that, I've got some land for you. But right now, we are going to go to a quick profit-centered moment. So we're going to make a little filthy lucre. It's all been spent years ago, the show costs, but what can I tell you? All right, everybody. First off, our favorite hats. In fact, where's my damn hat? Not a good sign. How's the little dude? Is he checking in, peeking in?
Yeah, he was outside on his scooter with the neighbors, like they were in the driveway, like
Right?
playing.
Oh,
Yes.
that's so cool. I tell you this all the time, and I mean it. It's like I'm a basic have the I have the joy of a 10-year-old frequently doing something stupidly inane, and you just jump into it. That's half of the thing. I think why people like us at our age we play music, because it's time to jump into the sandbox and have a good feeling. It's not like all the other things we do because we have to, but we do this because we love to, and we have to because I don't know about you, but I think I got bit by a radioactive spider or a
Well, I don't
vampire.
feel normal. Like
Yeah.
when I wasn't out there, like I didn't, there's like part of me that died. It was like it
You're
just
you're
wasn't there.
Abby normal, and
Yeah.
so all right, peeps, we're gonna run some commercials. We're gonna play our buddy Carlton Wilkinson, and that is because I don't think I had a chance to talk to Mandy on our last show about it. She had a gig, and so we didn't get to talk about it. I'll be playing some drums on his last album has like 18, 19 songs on it.
Hmm.
So I've got two of them I'm working on right now, and they're
Nice.
good. They're different. And anybody out there hasn't seen this guy or listened to him, go listen to his music because there's 21 songs, I believe, on the last album, and they have hilarious titles. Some of them. There's a lot of sense of humor that's very wry, and a guy like me, I'm more of a pull the rabbit out or a dead chicken out of a hat kind of a guy than he's got a much more serious sense of humor. So, peeps, check out Carlton Wilkinson, and I am starting work on his new record, and we got like I said, I think it's
Nice.
21 songs was on his last one, so I'm prepared for. And what's cool about it, not there's a very vast, um, well done panoply of style. I mean, the guy's got all kinds of songs, and the ones that are funny are verbally funny. They're almost the titles and so forth are almost like something Frank Zappa would do, which kind of always gives me a laugh. And so here we are, folks, Carlton Wilkinson. And if you need a hat, get a cowboy hat. See me about Gone Country hats. But here he is, Carlton Wilkinson. Check him out, people. We'll be right back. You're on Live with Neve. It's 1:30. And you know what? You got another commercial-free break. So dig it, peeps, because that's a good thing, isn't it? And it's also good. You watch their commercials, man. They're good. These are good people.
There's some changes headed, like the Gulf Stream rising, like some gale that's been blowing off this wild bird island shore. And I can't say where, and I don't know when, but some old door's been opened in the restless shade. Poor man sagging cigarette takes the subway home. Rich man folding old regret steps on the rundown below.
I'm Neil from Live with Neve. We have an exciting connection for our veterans, country music fans, and there is something for everyone. Gone Country Hats at GoneCountryHats.com. That's right, we've partnered with Gone Country Hats at GoneCountryHats.com. See you soon.
Hey there, it's Kevin Sorbo here, and you lucky people, you are live. You're live with Neve or Neve or Neve. I don't know. I can't say the dude's name. Anyway, you're on live with him, so I don't know. I guess that's a pretty good thing.
They sentenced me to 20 years of boredom for trying to change the system from within. I'm coming now, I'm coming to reward them.
We're back, yes, indeed. So, tell me, what kind of new songs are you learning with the band? What have you got any names yet that we can share?
No. No, no, I'm not telling you until tomorrow. There's two.
All right, well,
I know that sounds funny, but listen, like
Hey.
we get pretty. Listen, I get pretty excited about it.
Hell yeah.
I will tell you, one of them is like it's just like it just makes you dance. It literally tells you to dance. The song literally tells you to dance. You know, yeah. And then the other one, it's funny because I'm not a huge country fan. And so when like it's been suggested to us, like add some country tunes, just you know, and we're like but with the right tunes, like we're all open-minded, like,
Right.
and it's funny, like we tried one out, and you know, like Phil, our bass player, was the one that suggested it. And he has great ideas, like, you know, so even if I think it's bananas at first, I
you're giving
do.
it a shot.
Oh yeah, sure.
Let me ask you: is it like it with you guys? I know in many of the bands I've been in, our basic way of picking a new song was it didn't matter if it was me, it could have been somebody's dog, but even people who don't sing in the band, if they come and they say, "Hey man, I really want to do this song. I love the song. I think I could sing it good," even if I don't like it personally, I don't really care because somebody likes it in the audience. And
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
when
yeah,
you play it like
yeah,
bands at rehearsal and you've had time to listen to something, even if it's a song you don't really dig, I don't
yeah.
know about you guys, and that's why I'm curious because the dynamics of how bands work. A lot of times it's by consensus. Anybody can bring a tune in,
Oh
and you can
yeah,
like I know myself. The first time we play it, I know in my heart this is a keeper or this is a dog. But I
yeah.
also will go through the practice at a rehearsal of giving somebody the time to spend, we'll redo it 2 or 3 times while we're sitting there to get if they're not
Oh
getting it.
yeah,
But if they're really passionate about wanting to do it, but we always know, like I say this before, like I can tell the first time because it flows. It just, you know what I mean?
yeah.
There's some where you have to stop every 5 minutes the first time you practice it because somebody didn't learn the correct part, or depending on how
Well,
persnickety somebody
I
is.
gotta tell you, like with the four of us in the room,
Hmm.
like we just bang through these shits. Like
Yes.
I like, this is like one of the best, like most rewarding, like,
Hmm.
music experiences that I've had
Yes.
because it's, you, like, it's just an amazing thing. Sometimes we look at each other, we're like,
I love that
nice,
feeling.
we just like,
I love that when everybody in the room just kind of, if you did it once and you go,
yeah,
I guess we have to keep
yeah,
this. It's pretty damn good. If it
we've,
sounds good on that
yeah,
first play, like, for
yeah.
me, I get excited by that. I'm always
Yeah,
like,
me
oh my
too.
God, it sounded so good. You have to do it.
Yeah.
And then,
And
sometimes you get a band that, or a guy, and they're not maybe ready for it, but you go, like, I know I'll go, that's okay, man. You're not ready. Don't
yeah,
worry.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not watching you if you screw up the second verse, and then on the bridge,
Oh
that
yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
work.
yeah. Forget that. Like
I,
yeah, like the first time through, like that's
mhm.
how I am too. It's like I hope to get through it,
Yeah,
but
you have
there's
to
gonna be
try to.
there's gonna be trip ups. There's going to be
Yes,
people learn from mistakes,
they do. And
and
as much as
it's
people like to think they don't make any, they're
everyone
bullshitting
does.
because
Yeah,
we
exactly.
always
Everyone
do
to
it
get out of
in a
here.
band, especially.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, exactly.
Uh, we have a call here, and it doesn't look. Should I take a prank call now?
Maybe.
I'm going to imitate that it's not me. Hello, hello. How can I help you?
Hi, Neil.
Hello. Who is this? Guy says hi, Neil.
Yeah, that was creepy.
That was weird, man. I don't recognize the number. I don't know anybody who's called me to dun me for anything. Um, here's a good question that just came across the feed.
Okay.
Are we all technosexual? What the fuck is a technosexual?
I have no idea.
I don't either. Um, just don't have a freaking clue. Any rate, that's, I guess, good news. I think. I don't know, man. I know this when it comes to the Neuralink device where they stick it into your brain stem and then whatever Elon and his doctors do with you. It's got a great promise for helping paraplegics and people like
Uh-huh.
that. They're going to be able to do amazing things with it. But imagine, right now it's a first generation technology.
Yeah.
And for all of you people out there who are so big, I love Elon too, but guys, if you put the freaking car in cruise control and then you put on your AR glasses while you're driving down especially the new Apple ones where you can see, people just stop. All right? You can put down your goddamn phone for a minute. Driving down the road, you don't need to be making little stupid hand gestures. And when you go
Yeah.
out to a restaurant, you guys out there who have never seen a woman naked, stop going into restaurants with your stupid vision goggles on, which I can see your car. You spent $3,000 on your car, and now you're paying $300 a month for a year to wear those stupid vision glasses. Do I think they're cool? Sure, peeps. They're interesting. If you like a tech geek, I'd love to play around with one. But there is no way. It would be like me and Mandy right now having both of them on, and we could like go. So while I like the idea at one level, on the other level, I'm just like, if you want to sell millions of those things, you can't be selling something for $4,000. We got people clipping grocery coupons, and most people see some dude walking down the street with them on. You have no idea. They could be watching 5 different screens of porn. They could be watching, any number of weird things and not paying attention to traffic. It's going to be bam! Although you can see through them, you think about it when you're like really invested in something and you're listening to it and you're wandering around Manhattan, what can possibly go wrong? I'll tell you what, peeps. In today's world, we have people who like shit they can't afford. So while you're walking along thinking you're a Yeti walking through the forests of New York with the visuals on behind you, there's a lot of guys who are just going to run up on a bike, ride by, snatch those things off. If you're lucky, you won't get tased or popped in the face. But
this is true.
It's just one of those things that it's a cool idea. And being a nerd of tech shit, I think it's cool. But even if I went and bought one, I'm not going to be sitting on the boat or sitting in Manhattan saying Central Park. I love to sit in Central Park and read a book. Great relaxing thing to do. You can just sit there for chill and watch people, all the panoply of great, wild, crazy looking folks. And, I just don't see wearing that makes you hip. So I'm covering it again. Blazing Saddles 50th anniversary tomorrow. And yesterday, excuse me. That's so you don't get any COVID. I don't have COVID, people. I've been talking a lot, and I have dry mouth, and didn't think to bring a vegetable cocktail. Right. Anyhow, I'm just trying. Well, Mandy and I are just covering a lot of things today. I'm trying to find anything that I can find to riff on that's really well. Here's one that says married people are happier than those who are not. Depends who you're married to is all I can say.
Well, that's really true. Yep.
It really is, I mean, sometimes things we go into with the best of intentions, and sometimes you just, I don't know, that saying is a cliche that, everybody doesn't, I don't know where, I forgot the cliche, I'm sitting here looking at the screen. Fight from hell, husband dies. What in this? God almighty, is one of my exes going crazy again? Fight from hell, husband abused. I tell you, folks, when Apple updates a project, like a software thing, sometimes it has little glitches and shit. I have the beta testing version, and something I've just noticed right off the way as I'm trying to expand it to look and read and be able to talk to you folks. It immediately goes back to this little tiny thing I can't even read with glasses and a magnifying glass. Putin and the Poodle is what they're calling the interview with Hunter. Or not Hunter, with Tucker. Same kind of guy. For those of you who don't know, Tucker Carlson is the heir to the Swanson's throne. Kind of explains things, He seems like a boarding school kid. I went to boarding school and lots of Tuckers. And, some of them would try and cheat off my work. I'd have to draw out a formula. And I'd look at it, I'd see this schmuck over there writing, looking out of his eyes. If you can't tell somebody's looking at you cockeyed, I don't know how he got cockeyed, but it doesn't sound good. That's all I'm going to say. And so, hey, we've got one last commercial break. Isn't it cool when it's like, sometimes we get to the end of the show and I'm like, man, it's like, what the fuck? It just went too quick. It wasn't.
Time flies.
Time flies, man. And I'll say this to everybody out there, guys, remember, don't load up your life with too much shit, because stick with the important things, because this is it as far as I can tell. Enjoy your life. Be kind to others, and just don't be a schmuck. There's too many out there.
Don't be a schmuck.
Yeah, fixing the world takes everybody.
Boo.
And it's like you've got Republicans who yell at Democrats who both. The ones who are real extreme on either side are so convinced of them with a messianic fervor that they're going to change the world because it's so awful. And yet, I'm getting cynical in my old age. George Carlin said it before.
I was born cynical.
People, we have owners the banks, the medical industry, big pharma, they own you, people, and they don't give a shit about you. If they did, our insulin wouldn't cost $1,400 for a little vial of crap that you stick in your gut to stay alive, when you can go to any country in the world, same patent supply, and get it for like $70. I'm sorry, folks, we got to do better, and that's for everybody on both sides. And if you don't like it, hey, the price of admission is free. And so all I can say is, start being critical of your own side's foibles. If you don't, you're going to become all the things that you call the other side of being. In fact,
Yeah.
all of us will do shit like John Kennedy said the year I was born. Ask what you can do for the country, not what your country can do for you, people. He's a Democrat, so don't think. I know I'll get some of my Republican friends will call up and say, "Oh, what are you going lefty on me?" I'm so used to hearing from people on the left and the right who are upset with me. And what I find is when you get to talk to them after the fact, because if somebody's really upset with me, I'll make a point of reaching out to them, preferably where we can see each other and talk. And I'll say, "What's up? I understand I really pissed you off, but explain why. What did I say that really got you pissed?" And then they'll usually say something. And in some cases, I'll acknowledge that, yes, the bit was kind of over the top and crazy for a reason, because that's what we do here. We have fun. We laugh at stupid 12-year-old things. We laugh at the big picture and all the suffering in the world occasionally, because if you didn't, people, we got so much bad news. I'm going to say to all of you, before we leave the show this weekend, don't be that person who's always looking at the negative side of life, and don't be like out there griping about, "Oh, my traffic was so bad." If all of us quit bitching about the little things that are stupid in life and focused on the things that really matter. That's me, the stoic side of me talking, saying,
Yeah,
if you
that's
can't
what it is.
control it,
Yep.
don't worry about it. Don't beat yourself up. If
Yeah.
remember this, people. If you're over a certain age, say 20 or you're 30 or 40 or 50, each decade you learn things. And as I'm getting older, the thing I'm learning is worry about the real important shit, the people in your life who really make your life better. And as far as the whole world, people, Democrats, you can't save everybody. It's impossible. It's nice, and the fact is, so people don't wonder, I don't get any hate mail today. I don't really want any this weekend, but I see common sense things pushed by both sides, only to be shot down by one or the other side's crazy. They're just like, "I'm not going to vote for that." Our country cannot run having two halves trying to fight over what we do. Traditionally, folks, we have an election, and it's over. It's like Barack Obama staying in Washington. I think some people make a fair case that it's not really President Biden. It's President Obama and his same staff of people behind the scenes whispering in Joe's ear. Because think about it, all the shit he wanted to do that he couldn't do because people would have hated his guts, he just throws it on Uncle Joe. And then poor Joe goes out, he's got to make a case for some boneheaded thing. In our history of our country, there's never been a president who stayed in Washington. It was a historical thing. You do your time and you get the fuck out, peeps. So if you're into it, I say term limits are great. I know some of you don't think so, because you'll tell me that there is lots. You can't get anybody great if they haven't been in the job for 20 years or 40 or 60. Come on, folks. Both parties have these old bastards who don't even know where they're at. They wander them into the Senate. I could go down some names, but I don't believe in making fun of people's handicaps. But there are things, folks, that if you're going to run for office, you should be good enough and care about the country enough to say, "I'm done. I did my term or did two. I'm going to go back and be
Yeah.
a citizen. I'm going to work on projects for my state, maybe where I came to power." But don't be a bonehead. And, we're supposed to be able to vote and accept the vote and move on. So for all of you, try to move on. And it says that apparently, I don't know if this is true, but it says here, this is some clickbait. Jason Kelsey's wife leaves nothing to the imagination.
This is new. Why are you even reading that?
It popped up and it looked so absurd to me, as if anybody gives a shit. Knew he had a wife, and I don't know. It's just more stupid stuff that
Yeah, well,
we embrace.
that's our world, all right.
Go away, Siri. Siri, turn yourself off.
I can't help with that, but you can change it in settings.
Just shut up, limey bastard. It's terrible with these devices that talk to you. I mean, I talk to myself when nobody's around, and having that thing start answering me is kind of off-putting.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
the other thing is, I noticed as I've gotten older, go away. I hate that. It was sitting there actually recording what I was saying and printing out a lovely printout. You know, like I can get, I have transcripts of every show we do. Unfortunately, sometimes they redact some of my more colorful language. I don't know. Can I tell you? So I have to. We've run through, folks. We have about 7 minutes, but I do need to run one more spot just because it's what, hopefully will make us big. Remember, the
I'm not
Crazy
getting any
Radio
bigger.
show you give money
I'm
to,
shrinking, if anything.
heavy drinking. No.
No, I said I'm shrinking.
Oh, you're shrinking. Are you?
Yeah, I said I'm not getting any bigger. I'm shrinking, if
Oh, I
anything.
gotcha. Yeah, you are of a statuesque 8-foot Amazon style. I didn't realize that you're a shorter person, and you look just like you look like yourself. So I never knew it until I stood next to you and went, "Wow, you're always kidding me about how short you are. You are kind of short, but so what, right? I mean, you're
Yeah,
here,
exactly.
you're happy, you're a good,
Yeah.
productive member of society, and
Yeah.
hell, I mean." I'm just looking here quickly, folks, because I want to make sure that I didn't leave anybody out who's done an ad, and I have. Now, you people out there will never get that. It's an Irish person. This is Darren Flynn, and he's from across the world, and he's been one of our earliest advertisers. But check this out. We produced this ad for him, and I think you'll like it, folks. And go check out Darren G. Flynn.
That's
the
right.
man from Ireland, because I call
That's
him a
right.
red puck, hockey puck. I'm trying to be kinder and gentler. Instead of calling them red fuck, we'll call them red puck. And I just say that partially because you have red hair, and it adds to the tease factor, which, I don't mean anything by it. I love red
No,
hair.
not at all.
I have a daughter and I had an ex-wife, and in spite of it all, I love them both in different ways, but, thank God we all make an escape, and I'm sure she did the same thing. It's like, hit the thrusters to full fucking warp drive, and we're going. So, check this out, and here's Darren Flynn. You'll never guess he's an Irishman.
Like a melting flake of snow this year. I won't be sad to see it go.
Hi, I'm Darren F. Flynn, a singer-songwriter from Ireland, and I'm on Live with Neve.
I would have said it couldn't happen here. The people we
Yeah, that's Darren R. Flynn.
Yes,
I
yeah.
love this guy. In fact, I got to call him up. I don't think you weren't here when I originally
No.
interviewed him.
Nope.
He's a sweet guy, man. He's just a great guy. He works really hard on his songs.
Nice.
He writes decent stuff, and I like him, bottom line. And just so you all know, if I really hate your band, I might not take your money, because if it's not something that we think we can help you with, if you come in here and you've got something like Fulu Maziki, I love those guys. I don't think our ad would do them any good. They're in Lesotho. I mean,
Yeah, no, who'd see it? I mean, have you seen their cable?
that's what I mean. If you've seen them, and so
Have
you
you
know
seen?
What I mean.
Yeah.
They have not. Peeps, I'm going to play this.
I'm not even sure they have electric. I mean, seriously
I don't
now.
think they
What are they
do.
going to watch it on?
They got some guy with an iPhone videotaping the show. Now, even though I can't sit and I don't envision a double album of their material keeping me for, an hour and a half or so of whatever vinyl can do now, but it's still so cool because, the percussion-based
Yeah.
rhythms and polyrhythms that come out of Africa, and they are amazing. And folks, there's different types of music, in case you don't know. In Africa, it's like the United States. They like country down south. They like this here. But there is some amazing music, people. Yassir Denur, who sings with Peter Gabriel, is unbelievable. Our friend Bakithi Kumalo, who played on the Graceland album, folks, talking about a bass player who's got some chops. And he played all over. Before he came to the States, he played in every country, with a few exceptions, in Africa. His family would be driving. They'd have to drive across like a desert that's just like a track to get to the next country, you know, like to avoid customs and crap like that.
Yeah.
But he's a tremendous guy. He's got this great smile, and I love the South African accent the black guys have. It's just cool. When I listen to South African music and they do more of a talking, spoken call and response, I go, that's a great accent. And when I try to cover it, and I love to try and do voices, I can't get it even. I'm just like, man, I'm just like too much of a white guy or something, too fly to be a South African bass playing guy who can. It's just the way they think is not on the 1 and 2, and it's just so cool. I know it when the first time I heard Graceland, I went, whoa, listen, in a song that's you can call me Al. I heard him go,
oh my God. Right. Exactly. The first time, same thing. I was just like, what? Still, it gets me every time.
Yeah.
Like, just the sound.
Song, when that first bass comes in, and a case can be made that some people are all into cultural appropriation and they get all upset about it. But look, folks, if you love something, you want to try and do that. I mean, I've been doing this crap since I heard Honky Tonk Woman when I was like 6.
Yeah.
And I noticed that all the girls in the basement, my friend's older brother, I just noticed that the girls were like, love this guy. I'd be like sitting there and they'd be like, shut up, Ernie. You're out of your element, Ernie. It's like my life as the great Lebowski. But, I corrected him on how to play Honky Tonk Woman. And that was the first time I sat at a real kit and played. It was just 7 doors up from my house, and my crazy family were Irish, so you had a Protestant and a Catholic married. Now you can guess the only thing they had in common is like 6 children, and they probably were always working on another, but they were kind of I won't say their names, peeps, but if you're out there, you guys know it's all family shit. We don't air total dirty laundry here, but they would get in, like, husband and wife would get in these brawls, and they'd be yelling at each other. And one time she threw a bottle of whiskey at him, and they had a big picture glass window at the front of the house, in front of the living room, right through the window. And I will just tell you, my mom and I lived alone in a little tiny apartment down the street, and we had a very peaceful household. There was no... The only screaming was, Ernie, will you cut that shit out? And for all of you out there going, well, who the hell is this Ernie guy? The Neve thing is Neil Ernest Van Ernie. I'm the Doc Horseman from Germany. Now, I'm actually an Italian, English, and Scottish guy who is, I found out from my niece, I'm descended from Mark Twain and from Martha Washington. She did our genealogy.
Nice.
And I was like, wow, that's pretty freaking cool. And the fact is, I really did. One of my favorite authors is Mark Twain. He is he's the original stand-up comic, man. The guy really, I would not have wanted to been insulted by Mark Twain if he was pissed off at you, because it would not be a fuck you, you suck. It would be this elaborate wordplay that by the time you got to the end of it, it would be like, God, that really makes me
That was
feel
good.
like crap,
That was good shit.
man.
Yeah, exactly. That was good
Just
shit.
really,
You got me. It was good.
You got me, man. You have to sit there going, did he say what I thought he did?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. He said a lot more, too. And if you're too dumb to know what he said, I can read you the whole, I'll diagram the sentence and point out the important parts.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I cannot believe it. Just sitting here jiving around, and we are over. The show's come to an end.
Well, happy Friday. Hope you have a good weekend. Don't cry. Don't cry. There's no reason.
Okay, I'm better. Yeah. Well, I hope you have a great gig tomorrow night.
Thank you very much.
Have you made any contact yet with our friend down the hill?
No,
Okay.
no, not yet.
When you
Not-
do, if you're going to come down and do the in-person thing, let me know. I'd like to go over there with you and
Nice.
solidify the friendship. I know who he is. We've met, but it's always good to show the flag, and
Yeah.
online. I mean,
Yeah.
and to you guys who watched us today, thank you. I really do appreciate it. This is only on YouTube for those of you who know that already because I've posted, the links. But folks, this is what's happening. I'm kind of in this dispute with Facebook because they keep every week, I have twice a day after the show to go in and clear out the warning that I'm infringing on a copyright that I own. It is the most absurd thing. You'd think Jeff Zuckerberg in all his wisdom, after I've had 500 odd shows, peeps, somewhere between 475 and 500, and I remember most of them. But my point is, you'd think that the algorithm could be written so that they see that this guy has told them, cease and desist. We own this property and have every right
Yeah.
to use it for commercial or promotional purposes. I have the
Yeah.
contract, you assholes. And I've sent it to them at least a half a dozen times to the point where I just said, they don't even read it probably. But,
Yeah.
so that's it. It's a beautiful day. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Man,
Bye-bye.
killer gig tomorrow. I mean, bust some
Thanks.
ass and post some video.
Yes.
I'm really looking forward. If you have any snafus with them, we will call in some of the people we dig. And, I just want to see, is there anything here from Bill? No. Bill left on the 50th anniversary of the release of Blazing Saddles. So right on, Bill.
That's what's
I
up.
can't wait. I know you guys have some gigs coming up. I'm sorry I didn't look, or I would be able to rattle them off my head, but I didn't see where you're at this weekend. If you are there, Bill, pop it up. And if not, when I'm doing a daily or weekly update, I will. I can't help you with tomorrow's gig, but I know you have many others. And for those of you who don't know, Legion of Prague people, if you like, yes. And if you like rock and roll that smacks you in the face, Twisted Ginger. This is her. Look at her. She
Yeah.
seems like such a
Twisted
nice
Ginger and
girl.
house.
But then what happens to her? Turns into a screaming red-haired banshee. And I know you're gonna love her. So, people, have a great weekend.
Bye.
Banner's coming up. Bye bye. MICKEY MOUSC. Bye bye. Didn't happen. What happened? Oh my God. Bye.